हेलो दोस्तों, आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस की इस सीरीज़ की नए वीडियो में, जिसमें आज हम एक्ट थर्ड सीन 2 पार्ट फर्स्ट के बारे में चर्चा करेंगे। क्योंकि ये सीन बड़ा है, इसमें 10 पैसेज हैं, इसलिए हम 5 पैसेज पहले वीडियो में कवर करेंगे और शेष 5 पैसेज आपको अगले वीडियो में मिलेंगे। तो आपसे उम्मीद है कि आप दोनों वीडियो को देखने के बाद एक्ट थर्ड सीन सेकेंड पर जितना भी प्रोसेस है, जो फैक्ट हैं, जो तथ्य हैं, जो डायलॉग्स हैं, जो हैपनिंग्स हैं, उनको आसानी से समझ पाएंगे। क्योंकि एक्ट थर्ड सीन 2 ट्रायल सीन का बेस है। Yet, Portia, yet a maiden hath no tongue, but I thought would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. I could teach you how to choose right. कैसे आप सही चुनेंगे इस विषय पे मैं आपको पढ़ा सकूंगी, बट आई एम फोरसोन, अगर ऐसा मैं करूंगी तो मैं एक झूठी हो जाऊंगी। सो आई विल नेवर बी, ऐसा मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ। सो आई मे मिस यू, अगर ऐसा नहीं होता है तो मैं तुम्हें खो दूंगी। बट इफ़ यू डू, अगर आप ऐसा करते हो, यू विल मेक मी अ विश अ सिन, अगर आप ऐसा चाहते हो कि मैं ऐसा करूं तो मेरे लिए आप एक गलत धारणा रखते हो। दैट आई हैड बीन फोर्स ऑन, मैंने एक झूठी कसम खाई। ब्रिस यू योर आइज, अपनी आंखों को देखो। दे हैव ओवरलुक्ड एंड डिवाइडेड मी, इन्होंने मुझे बांट दिया। दिस इज अ स्पीच बाय पोर्शिया। क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट है, वेयर डज दिस सीन टेक प्लेस? व्हाट इज मीन बाय द फर्स्ट लाइन ऑफ दिस एक्सट्रैक्ट? This scene takes place in room of Portia's house at Belmont. The first line refers to Portia's maidenly modesty. पोर्शिया की अनमैरिड मॉडेस्टी जो वो मेंटेन करती है, उस पर डिस्कस करता है ये सीन। पोर्शिया सीज एनफ टू कन्वे द बसेनियो दैट सी लव्ड हिम, वो चाहती है और कंफर्म करती है कि बसेनियो के प्रति उसका अफेक्शन कंफर्म है। बट शी इज डाउटफुल वेदर बसेनियो हैज अंडरस्टूड दैट शी हैज सेड और वांटेड टू एक्सप्लेन फर्दर। But when she is taken over by her maidenly modesty, she speaks the truth. Second question, what reason does Portia give at the end of her speech for speaking so long? What does this show about her feeling towards Bassanio? At the end of her speech, Portia says that she spoke at length to stress the time. उसने बहुत सारा समय लेकर के बसैनियों को समझाने की कोशिश की है। डिले टू द फुलेस्ट एक्सटेंट, जिससे कि वो डिले कर सके, समझा सके बसैनियों को। एक्ट ऑफ चूजिंग द कैस्केट राइटली, जिससे कि कैस्केट को सही से सिलेक्शन पता चल सके। दिस शोज दैट शी हैज़ अ फीलिंग ऑफ लव फॉर बसैनियो एंड डज नॉट वांट टू लूज हिम, वो उसे खोना नहीं चाहती थी। इन हिज स्पीच शी रिपीट्स her wishes to win Bassanio as her husband. So she want to hold Bassanio for 1 month or 2 months so that she could instruct him properly for the selection of right casket. In this way, Portia admits in in her own tongue that she loves Bassanio. Why can't Portia teach Bassanio to choose right casket? If Bassanio were to make an incorrect choice, what would Portia have wished? पोर्शिया बसैनियो को क्यों नहीं बता सकती थी कि कौन सा कैस्केट सही है? और अगर बसैनियो राइटली सेलेक्ट नहीं करता तो क्या पोर्शिया की विश थी? पोर्शिया कैन नॉट टीच बसैनियो टू चूज द राइट कैस्केट एज शी हैज़ प्रॉमिस्ड हर फादर नॉट टू रिवील द सीक्रेट ऑफ कैस्केट टू एनीवन। उसका फादर के साथ एक प्रॉमिस था, she would never break her pledge. If Bassanio were to make an incorrect choice, अगर बसैनियो गलत चॉइस करता था, पोर्शिया वुड हैव विश्ड दैट शी हैड ब्रोकन हर प्रॉमिस। पोर्शिया, जब एक ऑप्शन आता है कि उसे अपने फादर की कसम तोड़ना ज़्यादा बेटर रहेगा या बसैनियो को खोना, तो पोर्शिया ये ब्लंटली एक्सप्रेस करती है कि वो भले ही फादर की कसम तोड़ दे, वो बसैनियो को मिस करना नहीं चाहती थी। Question next. Give the meaning of the through your eyes. They have overlooked me and divided me. Meaning of these lines is like that. Portia says Bassanio's eyes has cast an spell and divided her into two parts. Seems one to be herself, and she says the half of her belong to him. Half of the Portia is already of Bassanio, another half of Portia is of Portia, and now Portia wants that half of herself should be the Bassanio owner, and latter is so. It should be still his, so she is entirely owning of Bassanio. Next question, what light does this extract throw on the character of Portia as a daughter or as a lover? This extract shows that as a lover, Portia loves Bassanio and does not want to lose him and wants to detain him for 1 month or two. She wants to train him how to choose the right casket. She affirms that she is completely in love of Bassanio, but she is a dutiful daughter. She will never guide Bassanio how to choose the right casket, as it would break her promise to her father and she will be proved as a false daughter. So Portia is a dutiful daughter as well as a true lover. So Portia wanted that Bassanio should write casket without any help. Next passage, let music sound. While he does make his choice, then if he lose, he makes the swan-like end. Fading in the music, the comparison may stand more proper. My eyes shall be the stream and the watery deathbed for him. He may win for, and what music is then? Then music is even as the flourish when it threw the subject bow to the new crowned monarch. In this way, पोर्शिया एक्सप्लेन इन दीज लाइंस कि कैसे बसेनियो के सिलेक्शन के समय म्यूजिक बजना चाहिए जिससे म्यूजिक के दोनों उद्देश्य पूरे हो जाएंगे. पहला पैसेज का क्वेश्चन, एक्सप्लेन द मीनिंग ही मेक्स स्वान लाइक एंड. What contemporary belief about swan is expressed in the extract? There is a contemporary belief that the swan, which is usually mute and silent bird, sang a beautiful song just before his death. The swan song was sung only once. If the Bassanio were to die, means depart from the Portia and Belmont, then he should depart with music, and then the end will be accompanied by fading music like a swan that sings before it dies. So Portia wants that Bassanio should be departed with music. Second, why does Portia order music to be played while Bassanio makes a choice of casket? To what does Portia compare the music should Bassanio choose rightly? Portia calls the music first of all to calm and excitement of her own heart, so that she should be calm and cool her tension when Bassanio is choosing the casket. She further defends her action by saying, if Bassanio fails, he bid him last farewell by the midst of the music. Thus this will be the song sung before he dies. If Bassanio succeed, the music will add the festive atmosphere. It will create a good atmosphere for enjoying the company of Bassanio. Then music will serve for the purpose of the singing and merrymaking. In this way, Portia serves music in both ways. Third question, how could Portia's eyes be watery deathbed for Bassanio? Portia explained the condition. If Bassanio falls to choose the right casket, in that case she will have a swan-like end. Means if Bassanio has to depart, he should be departed with a music. Making the comparison more explicit, Portia says that his eyes with tear will be Bassanio's watery grave, as the river is a grave for a dying swan. Just like एक स्वान अपने डेथ से पहले सॉन्ग गाते हुए अपने आप को ड्राउन कर लेता है एक रिवर में, लाइकवाइज बसेनियो पोर्शिया की वाटरी आइज या उसके वाटरी वीपिंग फेस के साथ अपने आप को डिपार्ट करेगा. दैट विल बी द डेथ बेड ऑफ वाटरी आइज. हाउ कुड द म्यूजिक कॉल ड्रीमिंग ब्राइडग्रूम to his marriage? If the Bassanio is successful in the choice of the casket, second condition, then the music also best represent sweet notes of music that awaken the dreaming bridegroom in morning of his marriage and tells him that his wedding day has come. Means it refers old English custom of playing music under the window of bridegroom on the morning of the wedding day. Means starting of the day in which the person is to be married, there should be a sound of music so that both person can communicate and unite peacefully and happily with the company of music. Here Portia explains both conditions. बसेनियो का फेल होना, बसेनियो का सक्सेस होना, दोनों में म्यूजिक अलग अलग रोल प्ले करेगा. दैट्स वाई पोर्शिया ऑर्डर्स फॉर म्यूजिक. Next question, in what way does Portia act as a romantic heroine in this scene? In this scene, Portia acts as a romantic heroine. Her maidenly modesty and the bright wit is seen when she detains Bassanio a little longer while making his choice. She accomplishes the difficult task of revealing the Bassanio अफेक्शन फॉर हिम, वो बसैनियो के प्रति अपना प्रेम दिखाने के लिए के डिफ़िकल्ट टास्क को भी मेंटेन करती है. व्हेन बसैनियो चूजेस करेक्टली, शी इज़ हैप्पी and surrenders herself, her property, and her servant to Bassanio. She also offers a ring and makes him promise never to part with it. पोर्शिया बसैनियो के सक्सेसफुल होने पर एक मॉडेस्ट गर्ल की तरीके, कल्चर्ड गर्ल के तरीके रिएक्ट करती है, अपना सब कुछ बसैनियो को हैंड ओवर करते हुए उससे एक फेथफुल ओथ लेती है. नेक्स्ट पैसेज, पोर्शिया नाउ ही गोज विद नो लेस प्रेजेंस बट with much more love than young Alcides, when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster. I stand for the sacrifice, rest aloof for the Dardanian's wife. With the bleared visage come forth to view the issue of exploit. Go Hercules, go. पोर्शिया रिकमेंड करती है बसैनियो को राइट कैस्केट चूज करने के लिए. Question first, who is Alcides? What is his virgin tribute? Why did Alcides save the virgin tribute? Alcides refers to the young son of Hercules, son of Alcesius. In Greek mythology, he is depicted as a strong and courageous youth. Virgin tribute refers to the Hesione, who was unmarried daughter of the Trojan king. Hesione was tied to the rock on the seashore of Troy, expecting any moment devoured by the sea monster. Hercules saved the virgin tribute by killing the sea monster and setting her free. Here Portia compares the tension and suspense while Bassanio makes his choice of casket for the anxiety of Hesione. Hesione को जो छुड़ाने के लिए हरक्यूलियस गया था, he was in the hope of getting more horses, while Bassanio is going in order to get Portia to win her love. In this way, Bassanio has more love than Alcides. Question second, in what way Bassanio compared to the young Alcides? Why does Portia here stand for sacrifice? Portia compares Bassanio to the Hercules by saying that Bassanio has as much as dignity of bearing as Hercules had, but he goes much more love than Hercules. Hercules did not go to save Hesione out of the love, but to get horses offered as a reward. While Portia compares herself as a Hesione who was offered for the sacrifice. Similarly, Bassanio chooses wrong casket. He will fall into the clutches of bad suitors. Give the meaning of howling Troy. The meaning, loud lamentation of the people Troy at the sacrifice of Hesione. Bleared visage means teared, stained faces. Reference is made to the Trojan women who had assembled on the beach with tear-stained faces to wait and watch the result of the encounter between sea monster and Hercules. The issue of exploit, it means outcome of the rescue operation. It refers the outcome of encounter between Hercules and sea monster. Next question, what are the rest aloof referred in the extract? Who are Dardanian's wife? What were wife doing on the scene when Alcides was saving virgin tribute? The rest aloof are referred to the extract are to the little other persons like Nerissa, Graciano, and other persons. Portia compares Trojan woman Dardanian's wife as Trojan woman. Dardanian's wife were the mythical ancestors of Trojan who were called Dardanians. The Trojan women had assembled on the beach with tear-stained faces to wait and watch the result of encounter between Hercules and sea monster. Question fifth, why does Portia says, go Hercules, go? What will she be doing at the same time? Portia asks Bassanio, go Hercules, go, because in the opinion of the similarity, Bassanio and Hercules is complete and perfect. Portia tells Bassanio to go ahead and choose the right casket so that she may be won by him, and she will be watching the test as much as more anxiety than he who has to make the choice. She says if he lives, he will, if he succeed, she will live, if he fails, it will be death for the Portia. Means success and failure of Bassanio will decide the life and death for Portia. Next passage, Bassanio, there is no voice so simple, but assume some mark of the virtue on his outward parts. How many cowards whose heart are as well as false as a stair of sands wear yet upon their chins the beard of Hercules and frowning Mars, to render them redoubted, who in word search have the liver white as milk, and these assumes but values excrement. ये बसैनियों का अपना सेल्फ कंसिडरेशन है while taking selection. First question, which theme is play in highlighted in above extract? How is it highlighted? In the above extract, theme of appearance and deception is really highlighted by this passage. Bassanio commenting the caskets says a pretty exterior often have height a rotten inferior. बाहर जो सुंदर है अंदर सड़ा है. Multitude is always led astray by no decoration and adornment of various kind. He is highlighting the theme by providing the example of lawyers, religious heroes, cases of coward who has assumed outward sign of valor. Second question, how can vice assume an external show of virtue? Bassanio says every wrong has some appearance of virtue. हर गलत अपने आप को सही के अंदर छुपाता है. He explains though the example of lawyer in lawsuit, possession of law, pleasing voice and attractive presence of the lawyer entirely hide any appearance of wrong case he pleads. The ornament of the voice gives unsound plea. The false appearance looks in a good reality. Similarly, religious hearsays can be glossed over if the preacher makes them appear as a true and just. Religious deadlock, गलत एक्शंस भी preachers के द्वारा सही साबित कर दिए जाते हैं. Next question, what are stairs of sand? To what are these stairs compared? Stair of sands refers to the stairway made by the shifting sands. सीढ़ियाँ जो कि बालू से बनी हों, such stairways are always unreliable or gaps beneath the footstep it should support. These stairs are compared to the coward heart who cultivate beard in order to give them the appearance of the great warriors like Hercules and Mars. The manly appearance is cultivated. ये जो appearance बनाया जाता है, it is only to deceive the world into thinking that they are really formidable and trustworthy persons while they are the coward and loser person. Next question, who is Hercules and who is frowning Mars? What are they with their beard known for? Hercules was a great hero in the Greek mythology and Mars was the Roman god of war. Hercules and Mars are referred as to here because they with their beard stand with strength, manliness and bravery. They are remembered for their power, strength and capacity. So the person who are looking just like a beard appearance, it should be thought that the person are similarly brave, manliness and powerful person. Next question, give the meaning of the following. Have livers as white as milk. At the time of Elizabethan, looked upon as a liver as the seat of courage. माना जाता था कि liver ही किसी person की bravery और cowardiceness का base है. The brave man's liver was said to be the red with blood, while the coward were spoken having white liver as milk. So the person who have more beard in their faces looks outsidely very brave and courageous person while having the liver as white as milk. It proves that they are coward. Next passage, Bassanio, look on a beauty, you shall see its purchased by weight, which therein works miracle in a nature. making them lightest, wear most of it. So, are those crisped, sneaky golden locks which make some banten gumbles Bedouins upon supposed fairness, often known to be the dowry of second head, the skull that bear them in sculpture, thus ornament is but a gilded sword to the most dangerous sea. It means what? Bassanio is explaining that the outside beauty is just like a treacherous thing which is the owning of others. First question, explain how the beauty purchased by weight. How does it makes the wearers lightest? Give the two meaning of the word lightest. The best answer is Bassanio says if we take the case of beauty, we find that the imitation of easily obtainable and maybe the brought in the market. The cosmetic which enhance the beauty can be brought out by the weight in the chemist's shop. So these bring out a marvelous changes in the appearance of women. Means by the beauty, by the cosmetic, these women can change their appearance. The word lightest is spun. The word lightest is spun. It means the addition of cosmetic makes woman light and that is fair colored. The other meaning the lightest is frivolous and fickle mindedness, white color and weak character. Next question, what is referred as a crisped snaky golden locks? Who wears them and who is their actual owner? Crisped sneaky golden locks refers to the false hair that women wear. Bassanio says that the shining golden tresses which ringlet are tossed about a playful breeze seen on the head of some woman appears to be real. किसी की महिला के बालों में लगे हुए जो डुप्लीकेट बाल हैं वो रियल लगते हैं बट एक्चुअली दे आर फॉल्स हेयर एंड ओरिजिनली दे बिलोंग टू सम डेड वुमेन हु इज ऑलरेडी डेड एंड लाइंग ऑन द ग्रेव. What is referred as the dowry of second head? Who has bred? They said, where is the head now? The dowry of second head refers to the false hair that is big worn by the woman that appear to be the real, but actually it is a gift of some dead woman, and it is originally belonged to the dead woman who is lying in a plain grave. Shakespeare refers it a popular custom of wearing big among Elizabethan women who used to try so their golden locks and long hair. Actually, those hairs were formed by the hairs of any dead man. Why does Bassanio says that ornament but just like a gilt source to the most dangerous sea? Bassanio says outward adornment is always deceptive. बाहर से जो सुंदर है वो हमेशा चीटिंग करने वाली चीज है. It is like a ma'am, the attractive but treacherous on the seashore. ये उसी तरीके से होता है कि जो अट्रैक्टिव सीशोर है वो ट्रीचरस होता है दैट लेट्स पीपल इनटू द पेरिलियस वाटर. जब आपको फ्लोइंग सी जो कि सैलो लगता है, ईजिली लगता है, जहाँ पर आसानी से आप वॉक कर सकते हैं, इंटर कर सकते हैं, सम टाइम उसकी ब्यूटी से अट्रैक्ट होकर अगर आप इंटर कर जाते हैं तो डेफिनेटली यू विल ग्राउंडेड एट अ ग्राउंड वाटर. Give two examples from Bassanio's speech to show that appearances are deceptive. Bassanio asserts, confirm करता है that appearances are deceptive. जो दिखता है वो होता नहीं है. Two examples that are mentioned. First, shining golden locks, false hair that are some women wears, though they look real but they belong to a dead person. Secondly, example is that of a lovely scarf that hides ugly faces of Indian beauty. This is a deceptive as people expect through something better than an Indian beauty which is scarf is removed. People जो देखना चाहते हैं एक्चुअली उनको वो नहीं मिलता जब उनका स्कार्फ हट जाता है तब. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो. आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा हमें कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर बताएं. हमारी मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस की सीरीज़ आगे भी कंटिन्यू रहेगी. इस सीरीज़ का दूसरा वीडियो हम बहुत जल्दी आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करेंगे. तब तक के लिए चैनल के साथ जुड़े रहिए. चैनल अच्छा लगता है इसे सब्सक्राइब करें, अपने दोस्तों तक वीडियो शेयर करें और ऐसे ही पढ़ते रहें, आगे बढ़ते रहें. थैंक यू.